So, hi guys. My name is Peter, and this is not Lucy. We have a special guest today. Her name is Sasha. So, welcome.
Hello everybody.
And this is our friend and former colleague, and we invited her today because she was in Australia. So, when did you go there? And tell us a little bit basic info, like when and why.
Alrighty, so I went to Australia in July 2017 and I spent 2 years there. I went there on a student visa. So basically what I did was I went to school there. I studied hospitality management. Which is a school where they teach you how to manage hotels and restaurants. Mm-hmm. And while I was there and I was studying, I was also working. I was working for a big hotel chain. The hotel's chain name is Accor. There are several of the hotels of Accor here in Prague actually as well.
Oh yeah, I've heard about them, yeah.
Absolutely, Novotel would be one of them.
Yeah.
And I flew there and I started off in the city of Sydney, which is probably the most famous.
You probably know it.
Yeah, Opera House, of course.
You probably know it. How long was the flight, actually?
Very long. It was 25 hours there.
Oh my god.
And when I came back, it was 27 hours even.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a really long journey.
Yeah. Was it a direct flight or from Prague or?
No, unfortunately at this point there are no direct flights from Prague to Australia. There are direct flights from London. They fly from London to Perth, which is on the west coast of Australia.
Yeah.
But if you want to fly from Prague, you would need to either fly from through Abu Dhabi or Dubai. You can fly through Korea, or you can fly through China. Mm-hmm. But there is no direct flight, not yet.
Okay, so 25 hours on a plane, then you arrived there. And what happened next? Like you came to the campus or to the place? Or?
Right, so when I arrived at the Sydney airport, I was lucky enough, I already knew somebody there.
Really?
So I had a friend there who agreed on picking me up at the airport, which made things so much more easy for me, much easier for me. And he took me to his place. Because he's got quite a nice big apartment in Sydney, so he let me stay with him for a few weeks before I found my own place. So I actually originally was planned to land a couple of days earlier than I actually landed, but I missed my connecting flight in Serbia, in Belgrade.
Oh my god.
It
happens.
I spent 2 days in Belgrade, which was fun. It's a good place to be.
Nice.
And
for 2 days, not for longer, probably.
It's a good destination if you don't have to, if you're not stuck there, if you don't have to spend the whole lifetime in there. But it's nice to discover and walk around and see. So I actually was supposed to originally have 2 or 3 days in Sydney to kind of get over the jet lag and get to know my surroundings. But that didn't happen, so I flew one day and my school started the next one.
Oh my god.
So I flew in and I was so tired. Right.
Yeah, I believe that. Like, it must have been really difficult.
It was, but I tried to stay up, obviously, as long as possible, because that's the best way of getting over jet lag. And then the next morning, my school started. And I didn't know anything about Sydney. I didn't know how the public transportation worked. I didn't know how to get to the city where my campus was. I didn't know anything.
Yeah.
So my friend was kind enough to kind of point me towards the right direction, but of course he had to work, so he didn't take me to the city, or he couldn't because he was too busy. So my first trip to the city and to my campus was on a boat, on a ferry.
Oh my god, on a boat.
That was quite fun. Boats are quite a normal way of traveling around Sydney, because if you guys know about Sydney, it's a harbour city. Mm-hmm. So Sydney Harbour is one of the most beautiful and most famous in the whole world.
Yeah.
So the ferries are like buses in here.
Really?
Like you can jump on a ferry and go from one point of Sydney to another. So that was but at that point I didn't know, and it was something really amazing for me, because to use a boat as a public transportation means that was really something
It's
different.
not common here in the Czech Republic.
No, it's not. I mean, like on a river, you can catch these little boats that take you across, but that's about it.
Yeah.
So that was fun. But then I got off the boat and I didn't know where to go.
Yeah.
And my local SIM card, the Australian SIM card, didn't really work for the first couple of days because they needed to do the settings, and I don't know exactly how that works. But so I didn't have access to the data package, so I couldn't use Google Maps to take me to the campus. So I ended up asking every other person on the street.
The old school way,
to point me towards the correct address. Well, I made it, and I even made it in time.
Nice.
On my first day, so that was good. Found the campus. It was a tiny little place, just one floor, couple of rooms. But the people at the reception were really, really nice, and they were obviously they're used to working with foreign people and students from overseas. So they were very helpful, and they pointed me out in the right direction and explained everything. And my first lesson was fun. I just was getting to know the other people in the class and the teacher, and it was interesting. It was great. So, but I still was very tired, of course, after the flight the previous day. But it was good. And I enjoyed that.
And did you get a chance to travel around Australia to see different places, locations?
Yes, I did travel a little bit. Not as much as I would have liked to, though. But Australia is a very, very big country, so if you want to see it properly, even half a year would probably, even if you just traveled for half a year, you would probably not be able to see everything. Yeah, probably. So I never made it to the West Coast, which is a bit of a shame, because that's supposed to be really nice and very different from the East Coast. Yeah. But I saw a couple of places on the East Coast, so I lived in Sydney and I traveled to Melbourne on 2 occasions. Melbourne is probably my favorite place in whole of Australia. It's very European-like. So you come there and you feel like you have come home. At least it was that way for me. Yeah. And after I left Sydney, I actually moved to the town of Gold Coast, which is approximately 1,000 kilometers up north from Sydney, which for Australia, guys, is actually a very short distance. You know?
But here in the Czech Republic, 1,000 kilometers.
It's like 5 countries or something. You know, you can just travel across Europe.
That's basically almost Britain.
Exactly.
1,000 kilometers.
So in Australia you go for 1,000 kilometers and many times you are still in the same state.
That's crazy to imagine for us,
it's very different. It's so if you feel like you want to go to Australia and you feel like, oh, let's go and have a road trip, I have to warn you, if you're driving around, it might take you a week to just leave one state. If you just want to make several stops on the way and see different places, it's really big.
That sounds crazy. And is there any favorite place that you visited, like that you really like remembering?
Right, so as I said, Melbourne is a great, from the cities I have visited, and then I have been to the rainforest up north around the city of Cairns, and that rainforest is one of the oldest rainforests on this planet. So that was an amazing experience. It was really beautiful. Yeah.
Did you also sleep in the forest?
Oh, I wouldn't dare to. I'm arachnophobic, and I would be terrified of waking up and having this massive spider right next to me or something. So probably not such a great idea for me.
I understand that. Okay, thank you very much. It was great to have you here. It was a blast. And this is just the first video in a series with Sasha, so you can look forward to hearing more about Australia and Sasha's adventures there. Of course, if you want to hear something and if you want to be notified about the next videos, don't forget to subscribe. Of course, check out our Facebook where we post news about new videos. Check out our webpage, and that's it for now. So, thank you very much.
Thanks,
and
Peter.
see you next week. Bye.
Bye.